to make sure they're all listening. 1 Samuel 16. God chooses a new king. You all know the story. Samuel was sent by God to anoint a king in the house of Jesse. Jesse prepared his older sons, 7 big boys, for a very important ceremony. But little David was left at home to look after the sheep. Then the time came. Jesse thought it should be his eldest son, Eliab, but God rejected him. One by one, they all became hoping to be the new king. One by one, they were all rejected. 1 Samuel 16, verse 7. But the Lord said to Samuel, do not consider his appearance or his height, for I have rejected him. The Lord does not look at things that people look at. People look at the outside appearance, but the Lord looks at the heart. Amen. Guess what? The new king was young David, so they had to find him at home. With God, nothing is impossible. Amen. Moving along. In 1 Samuel 17, Israel was at war with the Philistines. Most young men went to the battlefield, except for little David. They said David was still too young and too little to go, so he remained at home to look after the sheep. Then one day, David's father asked him to take some food to his brothers, who are gone to fight the Philistines. As always, David obeys his parents. He not talked back to him like some of us do today. While he was out there, Goliath the Philistine stepped out of his lines and started to say nasty things about Israel. Israel was a big bully. All the soldiers from Israel were afraid of him. You see, I'm short, but this man, Goliath, was very tall. He was a giant. Goliath was taller than Shaquille O'Neal, the basketball player. Whoa, wow. David's brothers were not happy that he was talking to soldiers and snooping about. They thought since he was little, they would rather have him go back home to look after the sheep. But you see, when God just tries to choose the little people, sometimes you older folks will not understand. Young David went to King Saul and said, do not worry about the Philistine. I will go and fight him. David had told the king how he had killed the lion and the bear when they attacked his father's sheep. Then the king could not say no anymore. He gave him his fine clothes, but they were too big and heavy, so he took them off. He took the staff in his hand and chose 5 loose stones from the stream. Were it for me, I have chose a rough, sharp, ended stone. Well, young David took the 5 loose stones from the stream and put the pouch of a shepherd's bag. And his sling in his hand went to the Philistine.